All right, I'm just going to break down my GJ short position for you guys. We're going to walk through it together so we can look through the whole situation. I am first going to mark up the market structure with you, and then we'll talk about the TPM turning point candles on the higher time frame. So this was a higher low that put in your high for that impulse, right? As soon as you are getting a candle body closing underneath the most recent higher low, you can say that you've potentially shifted bearish, right? So that's your low. So if you've shifted bearish, you only want to be shorting lower highs in a downtrend. That's your lower high. We're obviously doing that at the moment. Things are going a bit crazy. Let's talk about how do you know, right? How do you know that you are at a lower high in a downtrend? So there are a few things. With the TPM method, you could use TPM turning point candles. They'll be telling you that you're at a lower high in a downtrend. So I'm just going to switch on that indicator quickly. Okay, so you can see that the TPM turning point candles are telling you that potentially a lower high in the downtrend is in. We're not trying to catch the reversal, all right? So you ignore the bullish tags because we're only looking for shorts, right? So of course this candle was very aggressive. I think Aaron did enter it before it started really sending off. Good for him. I entered based on this one, waited for the close, and you can see I swung the high. It was just safe. And then the move started playing out. So the TPM turning point candles let you know that you're catching the lower high in a downtrend. And equally, you only want to be catching higher lows in an uptrend. The TPM turning point candles tell you that as well. All right. So I'm going to take you over to the daily time frame now. So you can see on the daily time frame, we've also had the TPM turning point candles. So your higher time frame is also in confluence. So you're basically nesting in the 4-hour TPM turning point candles, the bearish ones at the lower high, inside the daily trend also being bearish. So it's telling you, right, your higher time frame has got your back. That's what you want. And now I'm going to be showing you how you can have the confluence of market Cipher B with this strategy as well, with the structure. So my higher time frame, I'm either only trying to catch a daily wick or a weekly wick. Those are my only two higher time frames that I'm hunting wicks on. All right, so we're going to go down. I'll just take you to let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. All right, so I'm going to delete these lines just so you can focus on these white horizontal lines is the daily open price level for the period of 1 day as seen on the 15-minute time frame. So you can see when the lower high was being put in for the short, you're actually catching the top wick on this daily candle, right? And you can see that by the overbought wave on market Cipher B's 15-minute time frame will tell you that you're catching the top wick of that daily candle. That's more or less, my entry is very broad here, but I'm stopping the top wick of that daily candle. The entry was at that open, so we can just mark up where the overbought level, I'm just going to be very broad with it, just to show you that that is the 15-minute on market Cipher B, catching the top wick of a daily candle that is also the lower high in the downtrend. So there's massive amounts of confluence for the short position to play out. And then another market Cipher B trick, if we're coming from a 2-day high wave or even a daily high wave, so the daily will push the 4-hour wave into anchor. It'll be -60. That's a potential take profit. The 2-day with the fractal can push the 8-hour wave down towards -60 or just pre -60 and be very deep as a potential take profit. So this should play out. I'm going to hold the short position, and that was the breakdown of the confluence with the TPM structure and the TPM turning point candles with market Cipher B's waves. That's how I caught this GJ short position. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks, guys.